this program is going to be broadcast to Moscow.
Yes, it is going on right now.
Okay, and Northern Ireland. Because there are also initiation candidates there who are unable to come, and we're unable to go, so they're also joining us today. Probably, we'll see how our internet works this morning.
Who needs a cushion?
Yeah, anyone needs a cushion? There are more here. Scatter them around. Anyone here need cushions? We all need cushioning in this world. Very dangerous place.
Chris.
All good? You okay there? Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Punjabi Punjabi
Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Shri Gaurnitai ki jai. Shri Krishna Balaram, Shri Govardhan ki jai. Shri Brahadeva ki jai. Shri Nrsimhadeva ki jai. Shri Shri Radharukunda Madhava ki jai. Harinam Sankirtanam ki jai. Brihat Madanga ki jai. All glories to the assembled devotees.
Hare Krishna.
Shri Guru Grand Lord, Shri Shri Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Padaya Pujale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namane Namaste Shri Devi Gauravani Pracharine Namaste Shri Srimati Pracharine Shri Hare Krishna. Well, a big welcome to everybody here today, and they hopefully are there. I think from a distance, I think that is Rufat there on the screen.
Yes.
It is. Hare Krishna, Rufat Prabhu. Can you come closer, please? Maybe we can sit up the front here. Mystic powers.
He doesn't see us because we don't have enough internet.
Huh?
He doesn't see us because we don't have enough internet for the video.
Oh, he can't see me.
No.
Okay, but he can hear or not?
Yes, he can hear.
He can hear. So you can hear. Hearing is more important than seeing. But we can see, well, at least we can see a video or whatever it is on the screen there. But we cannot see, I didn't know how to pronounce Gunute. Where's Nandini? Is she here? Anyway, whatever.
She's here.
Ah, she's there. How to pronounce Gunute? Yanute. Welcome, Yanute. And is there someone translating, or does she understand? I don't know if she does. But she is from Northern Ireland. Well, she's originally from Lithuania or Russia? Lithuania. And she is in Northern Ireland, in what we, maybe you've heard of Govinda Dweep, on the island in Northern Ireland. The island is known as Innis Rath. I call it Indra's Rath. If you think it's raining here, you should go there. It's the wettest place in the United Kingdom, as far as I know. Area. And Rufat, many of you are very well acquainted with Rufat Prabhu. Is in Moscow. Now, one thing, Lochan, Jivananda, or anyone else, I forgot. We haven't got an arrangement here for the Achaman and for the purification, which normally takes place at the beginning. Don't have an arrangement. We have 5 devotees here. We would need 5 Achaman cups, I believe. We can get away with less, but it's quicker if we have 5. So he's in Moscow, and he's been studying the Vaishnav behavior and philosophy for 2 years almost now. And probably, well, by Krishna's grace, he'll be coming back to France very shortly. We need all the blessings if you wish him to come back. Knowing the world situation is not as easy, perhaps, as it sounds. But we hope that he'll be able to inspire us and help us to serve Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada here in France and in his maybe other places. Let's see. Krishna. So we will normally begin now with Achaman for the candidates for initiation. And we're waiting for that. But today is a festival. Wonderful festival. Oh, there they are. Hare Krishna. They all look very amazed. Looking into the sky. Haribo! We're down here. That screen must be up in the air. As a festival, every day in Krishna consciousness is a festival, every moment. Krishna consciousness is the natural consciousness of the soul, the conscious living being in our right now we're in what we, in English, we say covered consciousness. Their consciousness is covered. Just like now, where's the sun? Where is it? The sun is covered? Is the sun covered? Yes and no. Who's covered? The sun or we? Is it?
Depends.
The sun is covered? Some say yes, some say no.
Depends.
Huh?
Depends on the point of view.
Oh, depends on the point of view, okay. But in one sense, you could say that. Another sense is that cloud is only maybe 2 kilometers, maybe less. It's just like above our head, practically. The sun, as far as we know, is a long way away. Can't see it, but it probably is. And as far as the sun is concerned, it is not covered. This means nothing to the sun in terms of the sun. It's we who are covered. We can't see the sun. The sun is there. Our consciousness, in a sense, is like that. It's covered right now. And the process of spiritual life is to cleanse away that covering so we can understand who we are. And just, our goal is not necessarily to see the sun, but in one sense, Krishna is also known. Krishna, Surya Sam, Maya, Haya, and Akara. Krishna is like the sun, and this covering is like darkness. So, Krishna consciousness means to remove the darkness. Tamasi Mam Jyoti Gamaha, to come out of this darkness of consciousness. Imagine if there was no sun in this universe. How much would we see? Just darkness, literally. You couldn't even have a battery light. Everything's depending, literally, light is depending on the sun. Without the ray, maybe there's other, objects giving off light, but basically the sun is providing the light in this universe. Otherwise, it's darkness. We may not see it like that. As you say, depends which perspective we have. But from the spiritual point of view, our awareness of who we are and who is God is very, if at all, it's very vague, very dim. You think with the body, you think maybe the mind, very shallow understanding, very dark understanding, limited. When the consciousness of our consciousness, when we become purified, cleansed, just like here we have water in this little cup. If the water is clear, I can't tip it towards you, it'll go everywhere. But if you look into it, you'll see it's clear. You can see the bottom of the cup. If it is contaminated or mixed with something, you can't see properly. Maybe nothing. Or very dim. So, like that, our consciousness, when it's purified, then we can see clearly, it's transparent. No more through you could say, the filter of our conditioned understanding of the world, who we are, which causes all the problems. Envy, fighting between each other, and misunderstandings, and anxiety and fear, on, is all caused by ignorance. Not understanding who am I, who are we, and being in this darkness of consciousness. So we're going to now do, we're ready, I think, if you've got, yeah, everyone's got, Isabella has one too.
We're waiting for.
Okay, waiting for one more, okay.
Yes.
So we're going to do little purification. There are 5 devotees, is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Someone can get, we're going to need 3 devotees to put in a minute for the men to put garlands on and neck beads, and 2 for the ladies. So if we can start getting that ready, maybe someone there can get 5 garlands ready from Prabhupada. We offer them to Prabhupada first, so they're offered to Prabhupada. And those same devotees, when I give the indication, will put the neck beads on. Don't put anything on right now, just get the garlands ready, that's all. And so we're going to do Achaman, but before we do that, we're going to chant this little mantra, and I want, everyone can chant, no doubt, but especially the candidates, you say candidates, those who are hoping to take initiation today, chant loudly, and everyone can join in. Please repeat after me. Om Pavitra Pavitrova Sarvavastam Tatopiva Yakshmaret Pundarikaksham Shamaha Kantara Shuchihi. Don't put the garlands on quite yet, just have them ready. Thank you. And this little mantra is nice. Mantra for those who are new for us today. We have some guests. First time coming?
Yes.
First time you came yesterday. Yes? You're still with us. I thought you were walking to Loesch last night. And you've been before. No, first time. I seem to recognize you. Maybe from the past. And others for this ceremony for the first time. Coming for such a ceremony, it's a little unusual. And you can ask more about it afterwards. But if you're coming for the first time, we hope that you can follow something. And I'll just explain what this mantra means. It means whether we're clean, purified, or clean, or unclean, whatever state we're in, we're all coming from different backgrounds. And what is pure for one is not pure for another in our concept. But whatever it is, wherever we're coming from, one who remembers Krishna, I make it very simple. This is a beautiful painting of Krishna here. There's another one over here. And what's up here? I don't know. What's that? Where's the Hare Krishna mantra? Oh, we can't see it. It would have been good to have had it here. Never mind. So this is Krishna painting. Beautiful Krishna painting also there. And on the altar we have, we call it a murti, or deity of Krishna. And one who remembers Krishna, by remembering Krishna, what happens? We become purified within and without. This is the real purification. But still, to remember this and to be conscious of this, we have some other mantras and aids, like the one we just chanted, is explaining it. And main mantra is the Hare Krishna mantra, but there are many others. So we're going to ask you now to do what we call Achaman, or purification. And who knows how to do this? You know how to do it. You know how to do this? You know how to do this? Oftentimes, the devotees have not done it until they're secondly initiated. So you take the spoon. Everyone else can chant Hare Krishna if you wish, or take a little nap, catch up on your sleep, or whatever you want to do. Space out, or join us. Or chant Hare Krishna would be a very, very nice thing to do. For the benefit of it. Take the spoon in your right hand and sprinkle 3 drops on your left hand, and then just throw it behind you. On the person behind you, in their face. Wake them up. And then take the spoon in your left hand. Okay? Now you're going to hold the spoon in the left hand from now on. And in the right hand, well, you're really good. You've got the mood for everything. You don't have to do that, but it's good if you do. You take the spoon with 3 drops of water and put the 3 drops in your right hand, like in the cup of the right hand. 1, 2, 3. Got it? And then you sip it, if possible, from here. Om Keshavaya Namaha. Then 3 more drops in the right hand. 1, 2, 3. And throw it behind.
And again, 3 drops in the right hand. 1, 2, 3. Om Madhavaya Namah. It doesn't matter the order. 1, 2, 3. Om Narayana Namah. And 3 drops and discard them at the back. Okay, now we're going to put the dog collars on.
I think this devotee wanted to tell something.
Huh?
You forgot once. Sorry.
You said 3.
You say Om Keshavaya Namaha and Om Madhavaya. You forgot. No,
No, you
isn't
said
it?
not right.
And after he said
He
that.
said,
I did it the wrong way around.
Ah, sorry.
Doesn't matter.
So you should have Om Narayana Namaha.
We're going to put the neck beads on.
Yes.
The candidates now. So, who's going to put them on? We need, if possible, doesn't matter too much. Let me just see now. These neck beads are for Isabella. So we'll put them on Isabella.
Tu vas aller, je te prends parce que
Stay where you are. One lady will come and put them on. Huh? Another lady can put these on Victoria. One lady. Here. There we go. Put them on Victoria. So you take the old ones off and put the new ones on. And for the Prabhus, what we got? Somebody can put one on. Oh, you have to go and tie that little knot there. And tie the knot. Put one on Olivier. And tie that. Put one on Julia. And one on Mayapur Chandra.
I already.
Pardon?
New one.
Yeah, you get an extra set. You can keep the old ones, but just for the ceremony you can have a new set also, okay?
Okay.
That's on Mayapur Chandra. Over here. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So now we'll begin. Try not to touch the floor with your hands. Try not to pick your nose or fiddle with your ears and stuff. In other words, try to keep your hands clean. Your old ones? Okay, maybe as a friend you can leave them with, give them back later.
Perfect.
Hare Krishna. Om Jnana Timirandasya Dhananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvashesha Sunyavari Paskasare Sakarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gauravaktavinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Just a quick question: have the devotees in Moscow and in Northern Ireland, do they have their new beads? Can we find out? Here, I can see Rufat has. What about Knute?
We're trying to contact her, but it's
Coming and going. Maybe this is
she received
Pardon?
she received them through the post. Through the post, she received the beads.
Yeah, I know, but neck beads. Has she got them on her now?
We text to her that
And
she
we try to see if she's got them. And today we're going to read a little bit from Chaitanya Charitamrita.
So she did receive.
And this is way back, well, maybe 1973? I can't remember, 74 probably. Srila Prabhupada
our spiritual master, published this book. It's Chaitanya Charitamrita, but only one was published, volume 2. I don't know if any of you remember that. And we were so excited. Prior to this, one little book had been published, which was one chapter from this book. So we can kind of understand that that one chapter was, to Prabhupada was very important. It's chapter 7 of the first, called Adi Lila, first pastimes of Lord Chaitanya, Krishna in the form of Lord Chaitanya. So I'm going to read from that chapter, chapter 7. I don't have that little book. It was called Lord Chaitanya in 5 Features. It'd be nice to print it again. I've not seen it in decades. It was really good. And even for the public, it's something special. Prabhupada, sometimes devotee would say, well, Srila Prabhupada, we are, reading the later pastimes, some of the very internal, very advanced pastimes and philosophies. And Prabhupada said, why don't you read this chapter first? Chapter 7. So we're going to read from chapter 7 today. And I didn't get it together to have it on the board, so I'll just read it through in case our time is short. This is text number 73. Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. All together. Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. And this is in relationship with Lord Chaitanya's initiation. Amazing. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, although he's the source of knowledge, the source of devotion, source of everything, nonetheless, when he appears in this world that we're in, he also, to show example also, accepts initiation. Even Krishna accepted initiation. Jesus Christ in the Christian line also accepted initiation. John the Baptist. So we're going to read text 73. If you've got your mobile, this is chapter 7, Adi Lila, text 73. The candidates, please do not get your mobiles out. But others, if you want to, you can follow. You have to listen, okay? That's the essence. Shota, to hear, is the essence of realization. Realization comes by hearing something, materially also. You hear a subject and you try to understand it, you practice it, and you get realization. There it comes. A recipe for cooking. You hear from someone how to cook, right, Mayapur?
Yes.
And then you try to think how to do it, get the ingredients all ready, everything, huh? And then you put it, start cooking it, right? We offer it also to Krishna. And the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Just recipe cooking is okay, but that's not the goal. You gotta taste it. It's the real thing. Taste. Realization. Oh wow. This pizza is really good. I never had a pizza in my life till I was about 40 years old. Never, not one. Never heard. In England, we never had them. They were Italian. I never had them. Didn't know what they tasted like. Italians would say, it tastes great. So the realization is when you taste it, experience it, realize. Krishna consciousness is Pratyakshavagam Damyam Susukam Katramavyayam. Not just a philosophy, it's a life, it's reality. Realization of Krishna, our relationship with Krishna. We try to get nice
relationships in this world, but they're always limited. So developing a relationship with Krishna is the eternal relationship. Oh, you can put the garlands on. I forgot. Too many things going on at once. It doesn't matter, they can go on any time. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Prabhupada. And we have a lot of extra garlands, I think. I don't know. Maybe for the priest. So I'm going to read this verse now, which is a beautiful verse, spoken by Lord Chaitanya, but he's repeating basically what he heard from his spiritual master, hearing. And this verse goes, Krishna mantra haite habi samsara mocham, Krishna nam haite pabi, Krishna racharan. Simply by chanting the holy name of Krishna, one can obtain freedom from material existence. Great, huh? So much. Even in trying to become a devotee, we all know there's so many challenges. But simply, the thing is, our chanting may not be so simple. It's mixed up with all their complexities. Indeed, simply by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, one will be able to see the lotus feet of the Lord. That may not mean much to most people. See the lotus feet of the Lord. Haribo Nartam, welcome. Who's that? Atmaram? Welcome. Hare Krishna. They've just arrived. Gagatrini also came with you? Anybody else came?
Only the three of us.
Just the three of you with the super soul. Entities that we bring along with us in our bodies. Etc. So welcome. And yes, this is another subject we don't have time to discuss. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes, in the Anubhasya, this is a commentary in relationship to this verse, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami, who is the spiritual master, our Srila Prabhupada, our spiritual master, he says that the actual effect that will be visible as soon as one achieves transcendental knowledge is that he will immediately become free from the clutches of Maya. Philosophy theory is okay, but without practicing it, there will be no realization. In the Bhagavad Gita we read, Krishna says, those who apply themselves to this knowledge realize this knowledge in course of time. Because Krishna gives that realization, realized through purified senses. Purified. Otherwise it's a mystery. Takshi Krishna Namadina Bhavad Vayam Indra. With our material senses, we can't see. We can't understand properly. But mixed. Everyone has a different understanding. Everybody does. Because we're all different. We're all conditioned differently. So that when our consciousness becomes purified, then by the grace of Krishna, he purifies our consciousness. He gives that realization or that understanding clarified. So we can see with our purified senses, or hear with our purified ears. And that one can fully engage, now we're a little mixed, but fully engage in the devotional service of the Lord without any break. Uninterrupted. Everything we do, family life, working, everything becomes an act of bhakti or devotion. We don't have to give up what we're doing.
a matter of the consciousness in which we act. Arjuna was a warrior. Bhagavad Gita was spoken to him, but he fought for Krishna's pleasure, not for his own. Unless one serves the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one cannot become freed from fruitive activities. I don't know if you know what this means, fruitive activity. It's a word that I've never heard used in general English conversation. Fruitive. I mean, we use it in terms of, eating fruit. It doesn't mean free from eating fruit. But if we look at it, we can understand it means that we act in this world with the intention, I want to get something in return for my activity. Right? Fruitive. We are fruitive. We want something in return. We want some fruits from our labor. Natural. In devotional service, there is also a objective. We're not just doing it because we have nothing else to do. Because we completely tried everything else, let's try this. There's a goal in devotional service. And in this section of this book, particularly, Krishnadas, the author, describes 3 things. And they're called Sambandha. Who knows the other 2? Avideya, good. Huh? Vyojana. So what is this? What is Sambandha? Connection. It includes also knowledge, basic knowledge. Knowledge of who we are, knowledge of different truths, at least theoretically. And then when that connection is made, Sambandha, which is the idea today, you are making a connection with what's called parampara. What is parampara? Disciplic. What is a disciplic succession? Another thing probably not common in language in the world today. What does that mean? Disciplic succession.
Line of the spiritual masters.
The line. Line? This line, this one? Line of spiritual masters, I think you said. It goes back, unbroken line. It's called parampara, disciplic succession, right back to Krishna. Knowledge passed down, down, down. What does Krishna say in the Bhagavad Gita? If you want to know the truth? Sanskrit? That's called a Sanskrit verse. Ancient language. Of course, if you're a Sanskrit scholar, you won't know what he said. You know Sanskrit? No. Maybe. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master, and then what to do. Ask questions. Humbly, okay. Inquire submissively, and render service, and then what's the next part? We would like to hopefully is ecstatic.
The spiritual master has seen the truth.
Yes! Praneshwar Prabhu, Haribol! Praneshwar Prabhu was initiated by Srila Prabhupada. He used to drive Srila Prabhupada around when he was in France. Limousine driver. Prabhupada's chauffeur in France. Fortune, big fortune. Yes, because the spiritual master has seen the truth, what does he do?
He can reveal it to us.
Yeah, he can impart that knowledge unto us. And reveal that truth to us. So how is that truth revealed? Is it some kind of, okay, come here, I'm going to reveal the truth now, okay? Come here. Where's my gun? There it is. It's not like this. Stick it in your belly or something. Here's the truth. Come here. How does he reveal it? By love? Well, yeah, it should be.
Instruction.
But in terms of, let's say, something a little bit more tangible, that's like the root of the truth. That's it, that's the right answer. Thank you. Perfect answer. That's what reveals the truth.
Isabella.
Any other answers?
Yes, Isabella, she said something.
For instruction.
Yeah, it gives instruction. He teaches us a path. Now, if you go to somebody and say, I want to go. Now, we're here in Lucé Le Mans, something like that. Chateau d'Oublaise. Fella said, how do you say this? I couldn't pronounce it. And we want to go, and where do we want to go? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go? I mean, Toulouse. We want to go to Toulouse. Here he is. He's going today to Toulouse. Vidur's leaving us today for a few days to Toulouse. And you don't know how to go there. What are you going to do? You don't know how to go. What are you going to do? How do I go to Toulouse?
I asked someone.
You ask somebody. Right? They tell you, maybe they didn't even know about it. They tell you that, oh, there's a town called Toulouse. You should go there. It's like this, it's like that, and so on. You belong in Toulouse. Maybe they don't, but just say they do. Okay, how do I get there? I'm convinced. Here, they don't just say, here it is, Toulouse. They tell you how to get there. The process of getting there, the path. The train, the plane, the bus, the blah blah car. You can walk also if you want. Long way. Different ways you can go. They tell you the path. You choose which one you want to take, but they give you the path. That's called abidea. The first one is knowledge about it and meeting somebody who can, who knows the truth and can tell you how we can get there. So the first one is sambandha, connection, which includes knowledge of the goal, or the knowledge of, let's say, whatever is required at this point in time. And abidea is the means putting that knowledge into practice. Abidea. And in our Krishna consciousness movement, I just read on, he said, unless one serves the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one cannot be free from fruitive activity and under the external energy. So this service frees us from our bondage of this world. However, when one chants the holy name of the Lord, chanting Hare Krishna is more than just abidea, it's also prayojan. Prayojan means the goal, the ultimate goal. You reach Toulouse. You reach Paris. You reach wherever you want to go. You got there. Huh? Vrindavan. That's not just like a train journey. This is a journey, a relationship within our heart. Firmly established our relationship with Krishna. And that's done through service. In the Bhagavad Gita, what does Krishna say about how you can understand him? How you can see him? What does he say? It's service. Bhaktyamam abhijanati yavanyas chasmitat pataha. Right? Only through devotional service can I be understood. Panyanyaya. Only through devotional service can you see me as I am, standing before you. It's not just a matter of physical picture. Realize this, even in our relationships, when you love somebody, you see them in a different way to someone who doesn't love them. Right? Same person. You see them different. Everything about them you like because you love them. Someone else thinks, oh God, they stink. Whatever. But when you love somebody, you don't see like that. You see it through the eyes. Premanjana churita bhakti velochanena santatadaiva vidayeshu velocyanti. One sees through the eyes of love. Heart full of love for your child, for your lover, for your family members, whatever. You see differently. Like that with Krishna, but on a totally transcendental platform. Ultimately. when we come to the goal. So the process, Abhidheya, chanting, and here Prabhupada says, offenselessly. He can realize through offensive. Offensive, what does offensive mean? No offenses. What's it? Offenseless.
Without hurting.
Without,
Without hurting.
without something.
Hurting.
It could be. Without hurting anyone. What else could we say?
Without exploiting.
Without exploiting. Pardon? Without criticizing. Without a critical eye. Good. What else?
Done in the proper way, as it should be. Done it as it should be.
Okay, good. Doing things properly. Okay. Specifically in terms of chanting, we could say attentively. Okay.
Without breaking the regulated principles.
Okay, without breaking of course, regulated principles will be different from one place to another, in different religions, in different cultures. But principle, yes, without breaking the principles. In this country, you have laws we may follow. We're probably breaking a lot of them right now, but there are laws, and you're supposed to follow the laws. If you don't follow, you've committed an offense, right? I don't know in French how it's the same principle, but in English, if you break the law, you've committed an offense, and you're charged for it. You drove too fast. That's called an offense, a traffic offense. So when you follow the law, it's called offenseless. No? So yes, and what else? You're going on. Without, in this case, without selfish motivation, not without duplicity, without pretension, etc. In other words, with a pure motive, a pure intention, not trying to get something from me. Exploit. When he can realize a transcendental position which is completely free or aloof from material conception of life. Rendering service to the Lord, a devotee relates to the Supreme Personality of Godhead in one of 5 relationships. Now we're coming to prayojana. That may start to manifest during the stage of Abhidheya when we become more and more pure and pure and pure. But it fully manifests when we come to the ultimate goal. And what are those 5 relationships? Shanta, neutral relationship. Dasya, which is? Servimental. Next one? Pardon? Sakya, which is? Friendship. And next one?
Vatsalya.
Vatsalya, which is? Parental. Next one? Singaro Madhurya Ras, which is? Very, very rare. Conjugal relationship, the highest, most intimate relationship. Which in this world are reflected with me in the center. We are trying to enjoy also these same things. And on the spiritual platform, it's with Krishna in the center. Same thing going on. And thus he relishes transcendental bliss. As we get a little pleasure in this world, in our relationships, it is complete fullness in relation with Krishna. And it becomes bliss, full bliss. Such a relationship certainly transcends the body and mind. It doesn't depend on what goes on in this world. Even in our dealings, when you really love someone, you may be sick. There may be all sorts of things going on, but that love for that person still remains, and maybe a little bit disturbed sometimes, but it's still there. It still holds firm, despite inconvenience. In relation with Krishna, nothing can interfere with it once established. When one realizes that the holy name of the Lord is identical with the Supreme Person. Now this is, for most of us, maybe a little hard to grasp, it is this theory we may accept. Realization of this also takes place as we progress, as we purify, or as we advance in Krishna consciousness. It becomes a realization that Krishna, Nama Chintamani Krishna's Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha. His name Krishna is Krishna himself. Binatvan Namanami no. It is he himself. In this world, sound is relative to the person or object. What is your name? Maybe your name is Jean-Francois. But that doesn't mean that that's what you are, because you can change it to Pierre. I've changed my name a few times. And some of you might be changing. You still have your old name, but you'll be having a new name today as well. Maybe. Sometimes it may not be changed. But there's Das on the end. Olivia Das. Julian Das. Is that okay? You'll still be known as Julian by your family, I'm sure. And in your work and so on and so forth. So we're all working people. Working in offices, in professions and so on. Krishna consciousness is so nice that you can carry on with your profession. What do you do, Olivier?
Computer engineering.
He's a computer engineer. You make computers? They say engineer. Yeah, he's working in computers. And what do you do, Julia?
I am financial advisor.
If you have any financial problems after this program today, financial advisor, advise you to give everything to Krishna. He's a good advisor. And of course you may not have some of your Victoria is married to Julian. Are you working also? Not while you're working in the home.
She's working for Krishna.
Working for Krishna, but also you were working in different areas before, huh?
Yeah, I've tried a little bit here and there.
Different work. Isabella?
I don't work. I work just in home in the temple.
Looking after the home and service here in the temple. Mayapur Chandra was working, now he's moved here, become lazy fella now, living here.
Finally.
Yeah, he was working for many years, dispatch or distribution, warehousing, collect different things. And others are working on other things. We have Sundar Gopal is managing, and Sundar Gopal is just over here with a mask on, managing a restaurant. There he is. And where's Petit? What are you doing? Yes.
I'm software engineer.
You're a software engineer, see, also professional. Mamaji?
I'm a musician.
Teaching? Teacher. Teacher. Teaching many things. And Rambhadra is
I'm a navigator before.
you're what?
Navigator.
Navigator?
Yeah.
Ship navigator.
Sea shipping.
Shipping. Navigating. Now he's navigating people on the spiritual path. We're the same age, almost to the day. You were born 3-4 days after me, I think. 71 years old, and he still works 16 hours a day. Cooking, cleaning, shopping, anything you ask. Rambhadra is there. Narottam Prabhu, what do you do?
I'm a researcher.
A researcher? What does that mean? We're all researchers. Read books. I'm reading a book too.
I have a degree.
A degree?
I have a degree.
I have a degree as well. Come on, he's more than that. What are you doing? You're in the Sorbonne. Are you still in Sorbonne University?
I just defeated my thesis.
He's just finished his thesis in Sorbonne University. Very well. What do you do?
Same thing.
Nothing?
Same thing as Olivia.
As Olivia, huh? Oh my goodness. He's one of those computer engineers, huh? Anyway, there's so many different tasks. What are you doing? What would you be doing?
I'm studying.
Huh?
I'm a student.
Insurance?
Medicine.
Medicine. In the medical world, she's a
Med school.
med school, studying, finish your studies now, I think. Still studying. Medical school. And others here doing business, I don't know what everyone's doing. Most of us are lazy, but some of them others are running businesses in tours. So you can do whatever you're doing, whatever it is, we try to do it as best we can. It can be done for Krishna. It's the consciousness. That's the point. And okay, our time is short. I have to wind up with one. Okay, last paragraph here. Prabhupada says the holy name and the Lord are identical, which we just mentioned. One who is completely free from the clutches of Maya can understand this fact. When we're free, Maya means illusion. That we think that I'm this body, that I can exploit this world and make it like a paradise. This world, we may look at it like that, but the ideal purpose of this world is to utilize it for self-realization, for the real benefit of all living beings. This world belongs to Krishna, God, and we learn how to utilize it in a way which brings, let's say, pleasure, in a way which ultimately gives us pleasure too. So to think otherwise, to think, it doesn't belong to the Supreme, that it belongs to us, it's called Maya. When one's free from this illusion, then one can understand the transcendental nature of the Supreme. Because with this Atakshi Krishna Namadi, these blunt senses, we cannot understand the transcendental nature. This knowledge, which is achieved by the mercy of the spiritual master, through his instructions, places one on the supreme transcendental platform. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu presented himself as a fool. Well, he's supreme, he's God himself. He still behaved like a fool. I don't know. Please instruct me. Kindly instruct me. Arjuna did the same thing, huh? In the Bhagavad Gita, what's that verse in the 2nd chapter? Karpanya dosho pahatasvabhava Prichhamritam dharma samudacheta Yashesham
Nishchitam Purohitam me Shishasteham Sharyam Vam Prapanam.
Good. Now I am confused about my duties. I'm sure you're all completely confused now. Confused about my duty. I don't know what to do. In this condition I'm asking you, please tell me, what should I do? Now I must soul surrender unto you. Kindly instruct me. That was the mood of Arjuna. So this mood of understanding, what do I really know? Even Einstein, wasn't it? Einstein who said, the more I know, the less I know. I realize I know next to nothing. That's the nature of knowledge, it's unending. However, that simply by chanting the holy names, one can be relieved from all material conditions. As soon as he became a faithful servant of his spiritual master, he followed his instructions, he very easily saw the path of liberation. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra must be understood to be devoid of all offenses. The 10 offenses against the holy name are as follows. Number 1, we want to come to pure chanting, pure Krishna, pure consciousness. And it's simple. When I'm chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra, it's very simple in this age. In other ages it's very difficult, but this age we're in, made simple by chanting Hare Krishna. We just have to cultivate and chant without offenses. Krishna does the rest. What are the offenses? Blaspheme those devotees who dedicated their lives to the chanting of the holy name. We don't blaspheme anyone in reality, but especially those who are dedicated their lives to the service of the Lord. Number 2, good bunch. Number 2, yeah, that literally speaking means there's a philosophy called Mayapur. Now, some of you know this, some of you don't.
Mayavad is to consider everything as an illusion. There is no God, or we're all God, or there are many gods, all kinds of different aspects of it. But it's not to accept an eternal relationship with the Supreme Being. It's to see everything we see in this world as total illusion, and even to consider individuality as an illusion too. No relation, all these things are illusions. So that's one philosophy called Mayavad. But it is a big block. Bhaktivinoda, another very great teacher, said that this is the greatest impediment to Krishna consciousness. Mayavad. Impersonalism, spiritually speaking, impersonalism. And the other great block, which comes in a later one. The third offense, disobey the order of the spiritual master, because that order is avideya. How will you reach prayojana? If I teach you, if I tell Vidur how to get to Toulouse, and he catches the bus to Paris, that's his choice, but he's not going to reach Toulouse. He's not following my instructions. He'll end up somewhere else. So the spiritual master instructions are the avideya. If we don't follow that, we're not going to get prayojana. Or the ultimate goal. What's the fourth one?
Blaspheme the scripture or
In pursuance. Scriptural injunctions relevant to the situation of the time, place, and circumstances may be different. We don't criticize or blaspheme. They may be different. Different religions, different scriptures at different times. Even in our own movement, when we advance, there may be higher directives, and when we're on a lower level, simpler directives. Like at school, you have your ABCs and you have your doctorates, your thesis in Sorbonne University. Right? You don't teach a kid, a 5-year-old kid, what you're studying at university there. ABC, 1 + 1 equals 3. 2, I mean. Equals 2. Simple. Same way. Gorangi is our French teacher now. She's got a thankless task. I think. I don't know. I'm a hopeless student. But some of them are good. He's trying their best to try to help us to speak 1 or 2 words in French and then expand it there. Bonjour, we learn. What's it? Bonjour. No. Bonjour. Is that right? Bonjour. He has to nod it. It's not right. And Bunwi. One's masculine, one's feminine. Anyway, it takes time. So we learn a little bit, we don't learn advanced. And then slowly you grow. And those books for the children are always going to be relevant because they're always children and they're always advanced students. The child may think that the advanced student is rubbish, it's all rubbish, but it's not, it's relevant. So the fifth offense, imagination is the reality. It may be an imagination for those who are in this imaginary state of consciousness, but it's a reality. As we purify our hearts, we realize it. What's the sixth offense? It's some material interpretation. We don't try to interpret it. I think it means this or that. According to my understanding, who cares for your understanding? According to my understanding, you don't exist. Okay, that's what you're saying. Sixth, seventh offense? Huh?
Commit sinful activities
Yeah.
on the strength of chanting.
Commit sinful activities on the strength of chanting. This is another major obstacle. When you think the purpose of chanting Hare Krishna, that we can do anything we like, and it states in another verse here, you become free of all sinful reactions just by chanting Hare Krishna. Oh, you can do all kinds of sins and say Hare Krishna, and I'm free. Right? You can smoke, drink, eat what you like, go to the brothel, do anything you like, and just at the end, Hare Krishna. Thank you, Krishna. Hare Krishna. Well, you know, maybe once or twice Krishna might say, oh. But this is a mentality. This type of mentality is very offensive. It's like if you have a friend, so-called friend, and you know, you get a little upset and you punch them in the nose. Oh, really sorry, please, no, please, I'm sorry. Next day, oh, I really didn't mean to do it, please forgive me, I'm sorry. Third day, boom. Oh, please forgive me, I really didn't mean to do it. Okay, boom. Take this, boom. You might get one back. You know, you might forgive one. But if it's a perpetual thing, you know, you're going to start wondering, do you really mean this? Are you sincere or what? Or you got some problems? If we have a problem, we all got problems, then you pray. Please help me to overcome this. I'm sinning, not just, I can't stop sinning, please forgive me. Something is there. The better thing is, please help me to stop sinning. 8.
Consider the coordination
That's not how slow, isn't it? I'm sure everyone heard that loud and clear. To consider chanting Hare Krishna one of the auspicious ritualistic activities offered in the Vedas as fruit of activities, karma kanda. Got it? The chanting Hare Krishna is not. There are many mantras and prayers that people may say if they're religious or spiritually inclined. And even if we're not, we usually say a prayer now and again when we get in trouble. And we're usually asking for something material, or maybe going to heaven, as some religions do, or freedom from suffering, or peace, or whatever, something or may I pass my exams, and God please help me. May I get a wife or a husband or a baby child or something or another. We pray for different things in the material world. Or we pray for liberation, but the chanting of Maha Mantra, maybe people do that too. But it's the real essence of chanting Hare Krishna is none of these things. It is transcendental. Golokara Premadana Harinama Sankirtan. It's coming from the spiritual plane into this world to give us that opportunity to return to the spiritual transcendental transform. It's called the Paraka Brahma Mantra. We have Taraka Brahma Mantra and Paraka Brahma Mantra. Taraka Brahma Mantra is also Taraka, that which delivers us from this world. But not just deliver us, there are many mantras like that. This is the most Maha Mantra. To establish our relationship. What's happening over there?
Give us the shelter.
Oh, wow! Wow! Congratulations! I didn't know it. Hare Krishna. So he gave the Paraka Brahma Mantra is establishing a relationship with Krishna, not just delivering us from this world. Very special mantra. Unique. Everything is there in the holy name of Krishna. Number 9.
To instruct the faithless persons of the glories.
Anyone faithless in this room? Okay. Finished. So, it doesn't mean we don't try to share Krishna consciousness with everyone. They may take or not take, but we don't get into so much deep, say, intimate things. Like, you don't talk about your intimate relationship with your loved ones with somebody who's not very intimate, you know what I mean? Generally speaking. It's something very private. And when the time comes, you do. What's the 10th one?
Do not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy names and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions.
This is the 10th offense, to maintain material attachments, which we all have. It takes time. Purification, attraction to Krishna's form, name, forms, pastimes, activities, and so on, his qualities. Developing an attraction, and naturally, is a higher taste. Param Drishva is a higher taste. And then one naturally loses taste for things which are not so tasty, the material nature. So becoming free of material attachments as we advance in Krishna consciousness, our faith also grows. It grows as we go on the path and we see we're getting closer. And we see certain symptoms, you know, if you're going south right now, you know you're going south because it'll start getting a little warmer. Usually. I believe it is warmer down there. And you might see a sign for, you know, whatever, Marseille or something. You know you're getting closer, so the faith grows. And there's another offense, what is that?
Inattentive while chanting.
To be?
Inattentive.
Inattentive, oh you're right. United. To be inattentive while chanting. And this is practically from our perspective is the key to try to hear the sound. When we go to school, the more we hear what we're taught, the more chance we are imbibing or understanding the subject. Attentive hearing. And it's so simple. But for us, you know, minds especially now with our computer engineering and our financial advisory and all these other things, we're always thinking of so many things coming into the mind all the time. Mind is just like a whirlpool of thoughts. So we try to hear, and those who wish, please stand together and try to hear the sound. Magical effect when we hear the sound. The name Krishna, being Krishna himself, purifies our consciousness, satisfies the soul. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So that's the time is way over, and a little something on the pure chanting of the holy name, just because the time will drop. So try to hear the sound of the name, those who, especially those who taking this responsibility today and made this choice to officially connect with our parampara, which we mentioned, through our line of devotees, pure devotees of the Lord. We're just an insignificant, unqualified representative of that line. Prabhupada said, like a peon, like a postal peon one time. We're just delivering that message which Prabhupada has given us, his Guru gave him, delivering it to you, and it's up to you to take this message and apply it in our lives, to make that choice. Free will. Okay, Hare Krishna, thank you very much. And as always, we only got about 1/3 of the way through the There you go. Isabella. So now it's the big time. Are we online? Who's online? I can see Moscow is online. Gora Hari Prabhu. Haribol, nice to see you. Hare Krishna. He's a wonderful devotee in Moscow. He's been kindly looking after Rupa Prabhu and others there in Moscow. And is Ganuke there or not? We need to have somebody who may know, because I don't know if she's there. I can't. No point going ahead if she's not even there.
She is there.
I know she's there, but is she also here? Is she with us? You know? We know she's in Belfast or in Israel or somewhere.
She's, but let me check if she has the camera on.
Oh, we're pretty sure she's there.
She's just a bit shy.
So we will start with Moscow. Are you ready, Moscow? Oh, we got very small. I thought Moscow was the capital of the universe. Now it becomes nothing at all. It disappeared altogether off the screen. When you go up in the sky, they say, when they went so in the sky, how can you see Moscow? You're 100,000 miles in the sky, you can't see anything. Hey, Haribol! Manu Prabhu, Haribol! I don't know if he can hear us though, can he? Hey, Kat, Haribol, get it in! Manu, Haribol! Are we ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, all ready over there. Okay, I want you to come now and pay your obeisances here in front of Prabhupada, and then in front of the deities, and then come here, okay? Are you ready?
You can do it wherever you are. Are you in the temple, Manu? Are you in the temple? Is she in the temple? I think so. That's the temple room, isn't it? Is that the temple room? No, maybe not.
Nandini, she said yes.
Yes, temple.
If it is the temple room, ask her to go and pay her obeisances to Prabhupada and then to the deities and then come back again. Okay, we're going through the whole thing here. Yeah, real official.
You cannot put sound.
Huh? They can't. It's limited. Our facilities are going. We're doing well. You're doing great there, Vijay. This is amazing. And Rupa, and yeah, okay. Rufat's done the same thing. He's disappeared.
He's coming.
Yeah, well, I don't know what they got there in their ashram. I'm sure there's something there. He's offering us obeisances. He hasn't changed his mind, I don't think. Don't blame him if he has. Couldn't get a less qualified person to link you to Prabhupada. Okay, so we've already mentioned a little bit about Rufat. Nandini, can you say something about Banute? Just a few words. Very humble, very sincere lady.
She's cleaning everything what she can see.
She likes to clean everything she comes across. Just a very simple, sincere, sweet devotee. Wouldn't it be nice to be a simple, sincere, sweet, humble person? I don't know what it's like. Ganute. So we're going to start ladies first. And in Ireland. Thank you, Manu, for being with us today. Manu is the president of the temple there. And he's on behalf of Srila Prabhupada. I'll do my little service, and you on our behalf, Manu is doing there. So Ganute, you'll have to put your thumb up, I can't hear anything. Can you ask her the 4 regulated principles? These are the 4 regulated principles. I can't say what they are because there are other ones here. We don't give the game away. But there are regulated principles. She's now told. He's told Manu the regulated. How many times on your beads a day will you chant Ganute from now on at least? How many is that? That's a problem there. Huh? 2? 16 rounds, okay? Hare Krishna. Jai. We okay there? Wonderful. Well, how are we going to do this? Now, you can bow down, whatever, I suppose. So, we had thought of different names for Ganute, and because you're serving there in Innisrath, and you are very fortunate, you have the most beautiful deities of Govinda, Radha Govinda. They are really sublimely beautiful deities. And there I see devotees are remembering them and ecstatically remembering them. So don't forget the most important name is the Das and Dasi. Don't forget that. We are servants, all of us. Our business is to serve the world, to try to give everyone the chance to become Krishna conscious, to develop compassion and love towards all beings. So your name is Govinda Rupini Devi Dasi. Nandini will send it to you on text message if you didn't get it clear. Govinda Rupini Devi Dasi. Yes, one who has a beautiful form. It is a female name. It's a name of Radharani also, but has the same form which reminds one of Krishna, you could say. Resembles Krishna. And in Lithuanian, I think there's a meaning to this. Isn't that right, Nandini?
Yes, little bit. It means who cares, who takes care.
Who takes care. The word rupa or something like that means what in Lithuanian means one who takes care. So, Haribol, Govinda, Rupini Devi Dasi Ki. Manu, are you going to give her the beads? On my behalf, Manu Prabhu is now giving Govinda Rupini the bead, Japamala. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much from Northern Ireland. And now we're going to go to Moscow, the International Society of Krishna Consciousness. We could have had Australia online today, Philippines, but one at a time. So now we're going to Moscow. Hare Krishna, let's go to Moscow. Just to remind everyone, this year is the 50th anniversary of Srila Prabhupada's arrival in Paris for the first time. And he flew from Moscow to Paris. So now we're going from, not Paris, we're going from New Mayapur to Moscow. Back to Moscow again. But Prabhupada was in Moscow for the one and only time. The very same day that he arrived in Paris. So it's a very special connection with Moscow, which we have. And unfortunately, Mandakini is not with us here in the room today. It's very unfortunate. She was busy in Paris. But all the devotees, almost all the devotees from Yoga Lyric are with us today. Yoga Lyric is a preaching center in the center of Paris through which Rufat Prabhu connected with Krishna consciousness. And I don't know if Akshayananda Prabhu is here.
Yes, they're right.
Where is he? Akshayananda Prabhu, can you show your, can you go in a position that Rufat can see you or not? Can you show him on the screen somehow? To Rufat can see you. Here's Akshayananda Prabhu is here to bless you. Atmarama Prabhu is here also to bless you, right? Bless him. Mix and bless and blast. They have this word oblast in Russian, isn't it? Oblast, isn't it, in Russian? Oblast. So he's going to oblast you. And we also have here, of course, Julian and Olivia and Victoria and Sue Davy and Sophia and Rohini and who else is here from Yoga Lyric? Jagatarini is here. Wow. Who else is here? So many others you may know. Vitura is here. Vitura is our technician today. All your old friends are here. They're all so happy to see you there. So, we're ready? You ready, Gora? Are we ready? Okay, ask. Now you have to ask him what the 4 regulative principles are in Russian or English. Oh, we can hear.
I have the sound on my computer, it's not so loud.
Don't worry about the sound. He looks like a Kumara, doesn't he? I recognize him. You recognize him? He must be starving him over there. Not eating over there. Are you feeding him? I know there's no meat, fish and eggs, I got that one, but you got to eat something. I know Prabhupada when he went to Moscow, he said there's nothing to eat. Meat and potatoes. I think he's got more than potatoes over there. And how many rounds a day?
He said.
Doesn't know.
He said.
Huh?
He said.
He said the rounds? I didn't hear it. 16. Okay. Everything okay, Gora? Okay. I hope there's some devotees there to give him blessings. We have loads of them. There's 50, 100 devotees here, all waiting to give their roaring blessings here. So, Rufat Prabhu, we're very, and Govinda Nandini, we're very happy and thankful that you're joining us in Prabhupada's great family, the family of Lord Chaitanya. On behalf of Prabhupada, I would like to give you a name which I hope will inspire you. Your name is Rupa Raghunath Das. Intimate associates of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Rupa Raghunath Das. Rupa Goswami is the Acharya of Abhideya, the path of Abhideya Gyan.
and Raghunath and Prayojan. You've got the both.
Oh.
You got your Abhideya, and now you have to reach Prayojan. Hare Krishna. So, stay with us if you wish. Oh, you've got the Yajna coming in a few minutes. Now we're going to return back to New Mayapur, and we're going to start now with the devotees. Now, Mayapur Chandra Prabhu has already taken first initiation, or generally two initiations, and he took many, 10 years ago?
Yes.
10 years ago. So now he's accepting Brahmin or second initiation. And he's staying with us here, cooking for their lordships. We'll start cooking for their lordships. He's been cooking for the devotees. So now, today he's accepting second initiation, which will come a little later. So he's sitting in on the yajna. We have 4 candidates here for first initiation. And we are going to start with Isabella. Isabella, you can offer your obeisances to Srila Prabhupada, and then to the deities, and then come and offer obeisances here. Okay? And while she's offering her obeisances to Srila Prabhupada, and then the deities, and then here, not that I know her, who do we know, but I'm acquainted or have known of her in one sense for about 14 years.
16.
Maybe, at least 14, maybe more. The first time, I came to New Mayapur the first time in 1975. But then I came again 3 or 4 times. But between 1982 and 2006 maybe, the deities offer obeisance. It's quick. Okay. Do a sideways, do a sideliner. Sideliner. Do it this way so you don't have your feet to Prabhupada. You can come closer, I can't reach you. There. That's all right. Enough's enough. So Isabel, when I started coming to New Mayapur again, which was maybe 2006 or 7, I can't remember.
2007, she said.
2007, okay. I have to be careful I don't say your initiated name. Isabella was here then with her son Jagannath. I remember because her son used to always love to play the madunga when I was here. I remember them very well. Then she went off in different ways, in different places, went through challenges in life, but remained ever sincere and ever dedicated to devotional service and to Srila Prabhupada's mission through thick and thin. And no matter what, simple, sincere, honest, pure-hearted soul, and fully, what can we say, fully deserves the shelter of Srila Prabhupada and our discipline succession. It's a matter of the heart which counts. So we're very fortunate today to be the instrument for, we hope, for your further progress in spiritual life. So what are the 4 regulated principles, Isabel?
No eating animal.
No eating of animals.
No gambling, no sex illicit, and no intoxication.
Very good. As Isabella understands English more or less, but speaking is not her first language, of course. She is now living in it. This is going to be a tough one. Where's Gorangi? She's not there. Okay. I can say it then. Oh, there you go. Not too bad. Could be worse. And sometimes in Shat. Are you still in Shataru?
Yes.
In between. And here also. So coming closer and closer. That's the process of initiation. Literally means to bring us closer. Bringing us closer. And also receiving. Becoming a disciple means receiving tradition, receiving guidance, or receiving instruction. And in our movement, we have all devotees are giving instruction. We take advice from anyone who's, sincerely got advice to offer. It's not a monopoly. We respect everybody. We can learn from everyone, but especially devotees. And respect all devotees. We have to also be a little common sense. We don't just accept everything and anything everyone says and act on it. We may respect the person, but we've got to sometimes a little bit protecting. So how many rounds a day?
Minimum 16 rounds.
Minimum, very good. Usually on the Kadasi, we usually try to chant as many as we can. Prabhupada said 25 usually. So very happy today. Now we have to actually have beads. It's not a question of just looking at them, going from a hand to a hand. Did you get your beads? Did he give you the beads?
Yes.
He did, okay, good. That's neck beads. This is like that, what do you call it? You have these bags, you know, the lucky dip, you know, you're pulling it out. Yes, this is a good one. Reminds me of my initiation, that one. Last but not least. Ah, no. Yes! I didn't choose any of these beads, by the way, so don't complain to me. So very happy. Can someone move this table, please? Otherwise, water and mobiles are going to fly all over the place. Keep the mobile there. You are. It's recording. And I'm going to give you a little card with it written on, so you know, don't come and ask me later on. Little tissue papers. Excuse me 1 second. So, yeah. So, tell you one thing, Krishna very quickly revealed to me what name to give. It was almost instantaneous. Sometimes it doesn't, it sort of takes time to reverberate. So we're very happy today. That's not the name. Hare Krishna. You have to come a little bit closer, I'm going to have to throw them otherwise. And can you, are you okay? We're very happy today, and all the devotees, please give your blessings to Isabella. Very enthusiastic. Your name is Indulekha Devi Dasi. Indulekha, one of the Astasakis. And now we're going to ask you can come together, Julian and Victoria. They're a happily married couple, right? They live in Paris. Please pay your obeisances to Prabhupada. Where's your spiritual master's picture? You should put it on the table here.
Here.
Because you're going to bow down to him in a minute. Victoria is taking initiation from Chaitanya Chandra Charan from Russia, who's not with us today, but has sent the beads and sent the name. And the beads are with us. And he'll be here in the fall. I don't think he's online, is he? Online?
No.
No. So he'll be here in the form of his picture. And Julian, for many years, has been serving very faithfully in Paris and Victoria together. They were married here in France. They met here in France. Julian is French. Is that right? You're French, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you're French. You're not a spirit soul, you're French. And he loves. What service does he like?
Book distribution.
Book distribution. He likes many services. He's very addicted to book distribution. Amazing, huh?
Book distribution, but also giving lectures, cooking, cleaning.
Cleaning. Oh, very good. Excellent. All wonderful limbs of devotional service. Cleaning, preaching, cooking. One time Prabhupada had called this, what do you call it? The kitchen religion. The kitchen religion. And if you have already found out, you'll find out shortly. In Krishna consciousness, we love to feast. Cooking, that's good. Now I got that. I didn't know that before. It's good. Thank you. And Victoria, what do you like doing?
She likes to cook.
Cook?
To translate.
Translate? Oh, very nice. From Russian into English, French? Both. Very good. So,
She also likes
wonderful.
to sew dresses for them.
Dresses, very nice. Oh, wonderful things. You can do everything almost in relation with Krishna. Almost. So, Hare Krishna, thank you very much. And again, we'd like to thank Chayananda Prabhu and Atmarama Prabhu and all the devotees in Yoga Lyric for so giving their time and their lives to try to assist and guide these devotees as Siksha Gurus. And we remain ever grateful and respectful. And yes, so Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay. You like Lord Chaitanya? That's the other question I asked. No. We have to like Lord Chaitanya, otherwise we're not in the Sankirtan, we won't be here. So we'll start with, are you okay, Victoria, if I start with you? You paid your obeisance to your margin. So what are the 4 regulated principles?
It's not to eat meat, fish, eggs, not to have any intoxication, and not to have any gambling activities, and also illicit sex.
Very good. So you may not have heard, but we have basic regulated principles to assist us in our spiritual life. Even if you can't follow these, you can still chant Hare Krishna and practice, of course, and serve. But if you want to advance, it becomes natural. So we come to the mode of goodness. The mode of goodness is much more favorable for spiritual progress. So in this age particularly, intoxication is very common. So those who are accepting initiation, they are making a vow not to take intoxication. They've already been practicing. It's called Purushacharya, activities that go before initiation. But particularly now, it's like getting married. You don't usually walk into the church to get married and say, which one's my wife? The lady said, which one's my husband? Usually you already know about it, you know. Who wants to be my wife? You know. Anyone out there want to be my wife? My husband. Usually, you know, you have a period usually before, you know, you get to know each other. So initiation is a testing period. So before, so that if you really want to do it or not, you don't just jump in the deep end. You want to make sure you're confident this is what you actually want to do. And you should know what you're doing also. Some knowledge of that should be there. It should be just blind following. So they've been, how many years have they been coming?
6 years.
6 years. And started 6 years ago, practically? Yeah, about 6 years ago. 5 years. So very wonderful. So you said 16 rounds, right? No. How many rounds were you chanting? Minimum 16. As much as they're working, well, his husband's working, she's kind of busy sometimes, many things to do. But those are almost everyone is working with their devotees in different occupations. So try your best, please, to chant in the morning, or before you go to work or whatever you do, as much as you can. If you can, whenever you can, and as much as you can, chant on beats. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, when he discussed this very famous verse, Trinadapi Sinichena which you should learn. All the candidates, all the devotees should learn this verse and remember this verse. We should be more humble than the straw in the street, more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and always ready to offer respect unto others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. So what does that mean, constantly? Bhaktivinoda Thakur said it means whatever time you have to eat, you have to sleep. But whatever time you have, you keep chanting, beats or no beats. It's not a matter of I finished my rounds, thank God. It's over. Prabhupada himself said, now I can do any damn thing I like. It's not like Krishna consciousness means we should be increasing. And even when we're walking, driving, we don't chant on beats, but we chant, we sing, we chant. And like that, but wherever we probably themselves at many times in the bathroom, or we're evacuating, even you said eating and sleeping, we can chant Hare Krishna. You can, but we may not be able, you can't imitate it. You do in your heart. And whenever we can, we chant. We're walking around. Or sometimes even when you're doing work on the computer, you chant something. As much as you can, chant the holy names and study proper books. So we're gonna. This is on behalf of your Guru Maharaj. I'm just the instrument for the mercy of your spiritual master. Prabhupada's mercy is coming through your spiritual master, and all I'm doing is acting on his behalf. Fortunate to render this little service. So he chanted on these beads and sent them here to France. And today I'd like to have the privilege to give you this golden opportunity to connect. Look at the card because I didn't get his name. Your Guru Maharaj chose his name. Your name is Vasumati Manjari Devi Dasi. Vasumati Manjari Devi Dasi ki jai. Vasumati is the earth. So this is doesn't mean you're, you know. You are servant of the earth also, but you're Manjari. It's one of the names of one of the Manjaris in Krishna pastimes. Mother Earth, I don't know exactly, but it's definitely a name of the earth. Hare Krishna. Manjari is one of the most intimate assistants of Radha and Krishna. You have to put an N in there. There's an N missing out. Manjari. Not Manjari. Hare Krishna, Vasumati Manjari Devi Dasi ki jai. Dasi means servant. Don't forget that. And now, Julian Prabhu. Come closer. Hey, you're thinking, having second thoughts there, huh? I said that to him yesterday. Right, Julian. Hare Krishna. Yes, he's become. Where's Dinatai? There he is. Where's Nitai Charan? They're both distributing books in Paris, on the streets usually. And Julian goes out in his lunch hour. Olivia also sometimes going out in his lunch hour, working time, going out in their lunch hour distributing books. Huh?
Also in the evening after work.
After work sometimes.
I met him on the streets many times.
You meet him on the street. Call the police when you see him. He does this. I know this. I know this guy. He never takes it. And he also does sometimes online, right? Online book distribution. He's been doing some books online. Huh?
He does it itself online.
Online, yeah.
But we do send.
Yes. It's a wonderful thing. This is a mystery. It's a mystery to all of us. And I really, everyone in this room, you're all different. Some of you are just visiting. But all of those who understand a little bit about this and those who don't also, there's a mystery to distributing these books. It's not like ordinary things. These books are not ordinary books. These books are very special. They're Krishna, also Krishna himself. I don't think I've got a book here. I had the one just now here. This is an old copy. This book is about 50 years old. So we have new ones, don't worry. They are available in French, by the way, also. But we may show some afterwards. Bless you. But these books are very special. For reading, they're like takes us to another universe, another dimension, another world. And for distributing, there's a unique, I'd say, energy comes from Krishna when we participate in sharing this with others, giving books to other living entities. It's an experience you can't, I can't describe it. It doesn't have any comparison. It's unique unto itself because it's like you're giving someone, here's Krishna, here's yours. It's such a transaction, it's just out of this world. And anyone can do it. When you go to the post office, you go to the clinic, you go wherever you go, to the church, wherever you go, you can always have a few books with you. The holiday resort, wherever you go with your life, to work, Krishna will arrange somebody may want it. Or even if they don't, you may just share it with them, talk to them. We have one devotee. Is Janava here today? Janava?
Janava,
Maybe not here.
yes, she was there, but
Janava is a very elderly devotee,
Janava
many years in the movement, and also senior by age. She goes out almost every day in the park, in Tour, a nearby city, distributing books to students. Anyone's interested. She's just taken 1,100 books for distribution. And a few months ago she took 700 books for distribution. On her own she goes out. Anyone can do it. This is how you get the mercy of the disciplic succession. By sharing the knowledge which they give us. We may not realize it, but by sharing with others we get realization. It's a special, very special thing. Many special, there are many special things we do. This one is very special. So thank you so much for all of you participating in this effort to distribute Prabhupada's books. You're so pleased. So, Hare Krishna. How many hands do you? Oh, yeah. Follow the principles. You follow the principles?
I think so.
You think so? Does he follow the principles? You know what the principles are?
Supposed to.
You're supposed to. They're in the book, right? Yeah. In the book. That one devotee said that to Prabhupada one time. Prabhupada said, so what are the qualities of the devotee? And nobody could answer. And one devotee said, they're in the book, It's not enough just to know they're in the book. You should know them. So what are the 26 qualities of the devotee? Oh, sorry, that's not what we asked. What are they more regulated?
So, no eating meat, fish or eggs, no intoxication, no...
What does that mean, intoxication? No, in other words, we're vegetarians, let's put it simple. We go a little further than vegetarian, we don't eat onions either for various reasons. But what's intoxication? I mean, most people think it means at least liquor and drugs, right? Is there anything more to it?
Something like not offered to Krishna.
It could be, but specifically in terms of intoxication, that could be food.
It restores our consciousness, puts it,
Excuse me?
it hurts the consciousness, it puts it...
Yeah, it has a toxic. There's a toxic. Something that has a toxic effect on our system. So, what are, I mean, literally, common things in this world. Three of the most common things in this world that mostly every one of us is, was, have been, or are, or what? Naturally inclined towards. What are they? Even if you don't take liquor, you don't take drugs. Coffee, tea, and? Give us a break. Cigarette. You know, I haven't eaten chocolate in 50 years, but I know some people do. It's not a big thing. What's the other one? Some people think it's intoxication, some don't. And tobacco, cigarettes. You know how many, I've got the figures, it's something like 130 trillion cigarettes have been smoked on this planet, so sure. And 8 million people a year die because they smoke cigarettes. Why don't they ban cigarettes? Huh? We're worried about this. 8 million people die a year on average of cigarette smoking. Isn't it incredible? And 3 million from liquor taking. Much more than our present Mr. COVID. They won't do that. They keep the cigarette shops open during the pandemic and they close all the other shops. Right? Crazy.
Baker and cigarettes.
So, how many rounds today? Oh, you haven't finished yet. Oh, you're too regulated. Yeah, those two are okay. All right. What about the other two? Yeah, I thought so. What's the other two?
So there is no gambling.
No gambling? Okay.
And no illicit sex.
and no illicit sex. Now, anyway, I won't get into it right now, but illicit sex is quite a very difficult thing. It's not an easy thing. And it varies according to the ashram, it varies according to the varna also, in terms of the depth. But when we take initiation, it means that we're only going to have sex life with the purpose of procreation. That's quite a high standard. Not everyone can follow that. But anyway, this is the standard. At least we're aiming at, and which we should establish if we want to come to the mode of pure goodness. So, Julian? J. My name began with G. When they gave the name to Prabhupada, they had it beginning with J. So Prabhupada gave me a name beginning with J. No, you know what? It was the other way around. Everyone spelled my name with J, although it was a G. And when they gave the name to Prabhupada, they gave it with a G, but he gave a J. Krishna had his plans. And so giving a name beginning with J. It's the name of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And because you're giving this life to everyone through Prabhupada's mercy of books. So it's the name of Lord Chaitanya, which means the life of all living entities. Brings life. Brings the life to us. I'm supposed to give you beads, man.
And I'm supposed to say that I'm chanting at least 16 rounds.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for telling me that. I'm supposed to chant at least 16 rounds a day. Thank you for reminding me there. When Lord Chaitanya took initiation, he actually gave the mantra to his guru. Because he's the source of all mantras. So, Julian Prabhu, all the devotees here, please give your blessings. On behalf of Srila Prabhupada, we'd like to give you the name Jiva Prandas. Jiva Prandas. Adhikari. Adhikari is usually refers to those who are married. And you stay together as married couple throughout your life and serve, assist each other in serving Prabhupada. Jiva Prandas. Now this name was partially suggested by Akshayananda Prabhu. I just took one of the words off to make it easier. I usually give quite easy names. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Jiva Prana Prabhu. So please continue to give that pran to all the jivas. That life to the Hare Krishna. Lord Chaitanya is also one of his main names. Hare Krishna. Here's the Prana means life and Jiva means soul. Is that it? That's it now. Finished?
I don't know. You didn't say.
We finished.
16 rounds?
You said that. You told me I had to chant 16 rounds.
Yeah, okay.
Anybody? Is that it, isn't it? That's finished now, is it? Someone else? That happened to me up the initiation with Trafalgar Square. 29 devotees, 30 of us were getting first initiation, 29 went up for their beads, and I was not called out. I missed it. The beads were still in the bag. I had to go later to get those beads. And today we're not going to do that, don't worry, we won't do that to you. Especially where's your wife? Is she here? Oh, right next to her. Sue Devi. Sue Devi is, how long have you been in fact?
3 years.
3 years. You got married 3 years? They were knowing each other on and off before that, like you were familiarizing each other.
Actually, we know each other 3 years, and we are married.
2.5.
The ideal couple. Of course they are. Wonderful devotees, I can say that. They're like all the devotees here today, wonderful devotees. And well, do you want to come forward? Or? No, yeah, pay your obeisance. I can't remember if I asked everyone else in between, but pay your obeisance to Prabhupada and the deities. So Olivia and Sudevi have been married 2.5 years. And again, through the yoga lyric, Shayananda Prabhu, Maran Prabhu and their wives, and the other devotees there, Rohini and others. And they're now, are you working at the moment? Caring? Caring? Babysitting? Caring?
No. It's like reception in some companies.
Company reception, office reception. Working an office receptionist. And they're also, Lavir, of course, himself is working, but he goes out in his spare time on book distribution. Is he a very, would you say, kind person?
Very. Oh, mayor. Mayor of the devil. Best of the devotees, actually.
Yeah?
Best of the devotees.
The best of the devotees. Topmost devotee. Thank goodness, that's a credit to your husband. He's the best. He's anyway, all these devotees are very sweet. I can say that. They're all very sweet. Very kind, sweet devotees. What more can you say? Olivia Prabhu, how many rounds? How many principles you follow?
How many?
I didn't ask what how many you follow.
Oh, we follow 4.
4, okay. What are the 4?
No meat eating. No
meeting. No meeting. No meetings. No meat eating.
COVID regulation.
No meeting. No meat eating.
No meat eating. No intoxication. No gambling. And no illicit sex.
And how many rounds did you?
At least 16 rounds.
So on behalf of Parampara, the Sacred Succession, we'd like to formally take this responsibility to connect you with the Parampara and to give you initiation today, first initiation. And we thought of a name. And this is I'm going to tell an amazing story here. I had a list of names, which I usually think of when I think of the devotee and start meditating on their qualities and so on. And it came down to a few, and then with very good intuition, Jivananda Prabhu's good intuition, we discussed, and he suggested one of these names also, and it clicked with me completely. And I chose this name, and only yesterday I found out something more about this name. And so I'd like to give you a name, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It's also a name of Lord Jagannath. And I believe you have Jagannath at home. What's their names?
We have a small deity of Jagannath which we call Jagannath Patita Pavan, and we have 3 little deities of Jagannath, Baladevi, and Subhadra.
So your name is Patita Pavan Das. Until yesterday, I'd already chosen a name for that. Rohini told me the name of your little deity was Patita Pavan. We'd already chosen the name before that. I don't know, Lord Jagannath must have chosen that. He must have said, okay, you're my servant. You can have this name now. Patita Pavan, tell us what it means.
But Pavan, it means the one who is merciful.
Petit means in French. Petit. Un petit enfant. What's it mean? Petit in France, in French, what's it mean?
Oh, small.
Small! It's almost the same word. It means like, merciful to the fallen, merciful to, he's just an ocean of mercy, merciful to the fallen souls. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay, Hare Krishna. You look stunned. Hare Krishna. I bet you're surprised with that name. Surprising, isn't it? I mean, it just happened like that. Krishna's grace. Thank Prabhupada. Prabhupada said to me when I took my beads off, Prabhupada gave me the beads in his hand, he said, put the beads on the table before you offer your obeisances. And don't worry about it now. You offer your obeisance with both hands on the floor, that's the proper way. Okay, we're going to proceed now to prasadam. Well, what do you think?
I don't know.
I'll give you reinitiation. You just say the yogina, you come and see me afterwards and I give you the mantra.
Yeah.
Mayapur Chandra is taking second initiation. That's more kind of oh, did I give you the name? Give him the name. A little bit more private. So he'll come upstairs and I give him the mantras and Gayatri's friend and everything else. He's taking what's called Gayatri. This mantra, which also this diction, bringing us closer also. That mantra brings us closer. So that will be afterwards. So if you've touched the ground or anything, you can sprinkle a few drops on your hand or bring your Achaman cups with you and do it again. That might be the best thing. Take your Achaman cup with you. Come now over to here and we'll sit down at the yogya. And it's 9:20 now, so we're on time. We're in England. We've gone back to England. It's 9:20. Okay, let's go.